Hello everyone, I am mostly speechless, and recently I just played Undertale, and I got both endings, True Pacifist and Genocide. I do know that there's more Easter egg endings than just those two, but those are the two I played. It took me about a week total to get through both of them, and I just wanted to sit down and talk about my experiences with it. I unfortunately don't have any clips at all for the True Pacifist of me playing that, uh, but going through the world, like going through the ruins, Snowden, waterfalls, Hotlands, and then New Home, all of that for the first time was just so like bizarre because like I used to be a fan of Undertale, kind of like a LARPer back when it first came out, and so I never actually played it until now, and playing it is totally different than just like watching it because of how well the game puts you into the story and put you into the character in both playthroughs. True pacifist, like I had a true compassion for like wanting to save these monsters, even though that they're just besides alphas. I hate alphas. But I truly wanted like everyone to be happy. And having Flowey stand in the way of that and like finally let like making him accept that you have more determination than him is such a great ending. And then the sunset was beautiful. I think I chose to stay with Toriel, and then that was the ending. Uh, I did have challenges with True Pacifist though, like Undying and Pacifist is definitely easier than Genocide, but I still had problems with that. Uh, Pyrus and Toriel were pretty easy. Uh, Buffett was really hard. Uh, and then Asgore was pretty easy too. And so was Metaton. I would put Metaton and Asgore around the same difficulty. Uh, and then there was Omega Flowey. He was a real pain because of just the crashing, because of the souls. Like he has the ability to like control your save file, so he crashes your game. That was annoying. Because I died a lot during that fight. And then Azura Dreamer, probably as easy as Toriel and Papyrus, just because you can't lose. And I understand all of it. Like, you have determination and stuff. I felt like it should have been a little bit harder, personally, but it was still amazing. And the music during all these fights were also just immaculate. Like, every single theme in this, just like music in Undertale by Toby Fox, trying not to get copyrighted, uh, accurately portrays what Frisk is like feeling during like her experience in the underground, like during fights, during just walking around. It's all just amazingly well composed. Um, but playing Pacifist first and then going into Genocide was probably the best decision that I made. Playing it because I would say that True Pacifist is a normal ending, and I don't know canonically wise, but I would assume that it is the true like ending. But going back in and erasing the save file, Flowey like warned me, "Hey, you're gonna be like destroying their lives." That really set the mood for the Genocide route. Um, I actually did mess up on the first try. I didn't know that you had to kill like every single monster. You had to grind. So I had to restart, and that set me back about a day of playing. Oh, True Pacifist took me about like 3 days to beat. With Genocide only taking me like actually it took me about the same 3 days. Um, but going through like knowing that I just ruined everyone's like life, like happy life on the surface, really set the mood for the mass killing. That is Genocide. Uh, and like the whole thing with the save points changing, telling you how many are left, uh just saying determination, it really shows that like you're a different person than true pacifist, especially during boss fights. With Toriel, Papyrus, Buffett, and Metaton, you one-shot them. It shows the player how strong you are comparatively to the monsters, and it's almost scary. And then also, like if having the save points change really felt like the file was corrupting, which is what Kara does once you finally beat it. It permanently corrupts your game to where you will always get a bad ending. So, and that's called soulless. I'm not gonna explain it. Look it up. But going through like with Genocide was just weird because the only people who you didn't one shot were the people who were trying to stop you in the first place. Besides Asgore. Yeah, no, but Asgore did. Asgore didn't really want to stop. But Undying was one of the two boss fights that were in the game. There's only two boss fights in Genocide. At least I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly. Sorry, hic. But the Undying was a pain, and it was worse than any fight in Pacifist in my opinion, because it was you take Undying, which is an already hard boss, and then make it worse. The yellow arrows where they like go the opposite way that worship coming would always throw me off, and it was just super hard. And then there were Sands. I'm gonna start playing the Sands fight like right here, I think. Or I don't know. I'll probably put them like above me really quick. But it's gonna be super sped up. But the Undying probably took me about 2 hours, while Sands took me 3, and double the amount of deaths that Undying had. I estimated Undying to be about 20-ish, while Sands was 43. So on my 44th attempt, I beat Sands, and it took me 3 attempts just to get past his first attack. And then I think I finally got to the second one about the 13th attempt. But Sands is the hardest thing that I've done in a video game, probably. Because I've just never been so determined to do something like that. And that really speaks for Undertale, that it's a great game, and the red heart, because all the souls are supposed to be like the 7 virtues, and you play as determination. And I think the music, the setting, everything fills you with determination. At least it did for me, and that's why I had to beat Sam. But like, it's just going and seeing like all the empty towns during Genocide because like they were scared of you. Like the entire underground hid from you because you were a monster worse than monsters. It was just so like, I don't even know how to describe it really. But yeah. And then I do want to talk about the music. Waterfall, I think, is like all the area musics, like where you're walking around, they're all very well done and set the mood. Like in Ruins, it really like shows that this place is mysterious, and that and especially in Home is calming because it's a safe place, and it's supposed to be a safe place. Snowden is a little bit more like Christmas themed music with the high chimes and stuff like that, which it's a perpetual winter wonderland. I mean, perfect theme. And then there's Waterfall. Waterfalls is probably my favorite area because it defines uh it defines like the rest of the game. Uh with how the music is more despairing and really shows how like you're playing the game, but like if you're in the like this is taking multiple days to go through the underground, but even though it's taking like a few hours on like in our perspectives, because of how the music changes while you're in waterfalls. It changes like I would go recommend go like listen to it by itself. It's so like good. It's my favorite soundtrack from Undertale is Waterfalls. At least I think that's the one that's called because it shows how long the journey is, how despairing this journey is, and then it introduces Undyne, which is the only character so far that is wanting to kill you really freaking badly. Like she wants you dead, duh. And then it just that just changes the whole thing. Um, and then Metaton is another one that wants to kill you. And then literally every other character wants to kill you besides Alphys from Undying onwards. And Asgore has the appearance of wanting to kill you, but he really doesn't. Um, the music is just so well composed for each area. And I would totally recommend going to go listen to it by itself. But I think Toby Fox has probably made one of the like the best in one of the best indie games out there currently. And I cannot wait to play Deltarune, which I'm doing a full playthrough without any help online. So I'm just gonna get whichever ending I get, and once I'm done with that, I might go back and get because I do know that there's three. I think there's Genocide, Pacifist, and Weird. I'm gonna get whichever one I get, and I might go back and play Weird, in an entirely different playthrough. Um, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Undertale. I think it's perfectly crafted, and I would recommend to anyone to go play it because it's really is a masterpiece.